All right, everybody, welcome back to episode 22 of the VFR CBR V4 800 bike build, where we are taking this 2004 VFR 800 with the awesome V4 engine and making it look as much like a CBR as possible. It's got the CBR rear shock, but it does have Kawasaki forks. It's gonna get the CBR body work. It's gonna be awesome. And when it's done, if you guys support the build series over on Patreon, you can qualify to win this bike. Let's check out what we're getting into today. Now, in the last episode, episode 21, we mounted up these awesome stainless steel LexTek headers. Now, the goal for today is to get the mufflers custom made to fit this exhaust. We're gonna come out here with a single pipe, split it off into a double, so we've got two exhaust pipes. I'll show you that in a second. It is gonna be tricky. I used to be a welder fabricator in my mid-20s, but making this, it's gonna be a challenge. So what we have here is a pair of LexTek carbon fiber GP style mufflers. They're a really short muffler with really big opening, and so they're gonna sound really mean. Anyways, the goal is to take these two, do some pipe splitting here, have them come together in the middle to a single pipe. And I wanna keep them pretty close together, something like that. And the idea is to build something similar to that, only with the pipes further apart. So wish me luck, guys. And then I got this piece of pipe here that came with the headers, and it's just gonna slip on down here like so. We'll throw a clamp on that when it's done. But one of the problems with this pipe is it's too long right here, causing the exhaust to come too far away from the back wheel. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shorten this piece too, which is nice because it has this bracket right here that we're not gonna be using this. And so I'll just take a chunk out of here, shorten this up, pull this in, good to go. All right, so the tools I'm gonna use to accomplish this is I have my cutoff wheel here, a pair of safety glasses. I like to wear ear protection because I have sensitive ears. Yeah, I know. But we're just gonna take this little chunk out right here. Gonna start with a little bit, and if we need to take more, we will. Better to take too little than to take too much. And what I'm gonna do, so I get my cuts nice and square, I'm just gonna slide a clamp on over like this, pinch it down, make a nice line around it, follow the line. All right, I'm having a little trouble drawing my line in this area here because of this bracket. I'm gonna go ahead and hack this thing off, get it out of my way. All right, I decided it's probably a good idea to wear some leather gloves too, just to be safe. Get this out here. I'm also wearing a particle mask. I'm seeing a lot of, obviously there's a lot of metal coming off this thing. I don't want to get that crap in my lungs. Now I'm just going to hit this thing with a file, get all these burrs out of the inside. Don't want any sharp edges or anything that's going to, you know, get in the way of the exhaust flow. I'm just going to deburr the outside. I don't want to get cut. So what I have done is I just cut some small pieces of Gorilla Tape just to kind of hold things in place. Right now we're just trying to check fitment and alignment. So 3 pieces of that should do the trick. And I'll go test fit it on the bike. So removing this little piece right here, which is just a little bit over an inch, that's maybe an inch and a quarter, made a much bigger difference than I thought. When I put the muffler on here, you can see the spikes are getting in the way. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove the spikes. I was on the fence about these anyways. I think what I liked about it most was just that little added touch of red over here. But, you know, they're kind of a dangerous thing to have on there. So if I put this on here now, there's all kinds of clearance, like at least an inch. So I like that it's hugged tight to the back wheel, but not too tight. So I think we're good. Now let's work on the Y-pipe. I think the most logical solution here, obviously, so we want these two pipes to join in the middle, is just we're going to cut right here, come down this way, keep it parallel or perpendicular with this pipe here, and just cut it right here. Both pipes, join them together, cut the end off here, and have a single pipe come in the end. I hope that works. I think we're good. I want to figure out a way to mark this so it's nice and straight and square. Let's get that done. Right, an idea I have is I'm going to cut a hole in this piece of cardboard and slide the pipe through the hole and see if I can use that to make sure I get a nice cut on this thing. So basically something like that. I'll just line it up with the line. Make sure the pipe here is perpendicular with the cardboard and just draw a line around it. I think it's going to work, people. Look at that. Not bad. A little squirrely right there. Just make that nice and straight. Now the tricky part is making sure I cut this one in the same spot. So I'm just measuring, it was an inch and a quarter. So if I just make a line, you know, inch and a quarter, lay that in the same spot along this edge, and just good deal. All right, let's cut them and see what we get. All right, I am pretty happy with the results. I just want to do a little bit of grinding on these to get things a little more flush. If I was at the welding shop, I'd take them to a belt sander, but I'm not there right now. We are going to go to the metal shop, most likely today, and get these things all welded up. But since we're here in the Moto Pilot garage, let's get this fitment a little bit nicer. Just going to use, I changed out my cutting blade here for just a grinder blade. Let's see if these fit better now. Oh yeah, look at that. Way sweeter. I'm actually feeling pretty good about this. Want to make sure we keep these in a straight line. All right guys, so we're down here at my buddy's metal shop. Let me show you what we got going on. I've got the pipes lined up using these metal plates. Make sure everything's perpendicular. And I have this gap on the inside here. So I'm going to grind down this area here to get this flush over here on the sander. So let's get to it. All right, let's check it out now. Oh yeah, looking good. All right, so basically what we want to do is we've got to get it fitting like this, attached to here. So let's make that happen. All right, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to cut this piece right here, square it off right here, and then I'm going to dish it out on each side so it fits basically like that when I'm done. But the problem is this right here is too small to fit on here. It's the same size pipe. This is the pipe that goes to the headers. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this big piece of metal here, we're going to taper it right here, and we're going to press this over that to expand it, you know, for about an inch here. Just spread it open. But before we do that, I'm going to square this off right now, then we'll take this over to the press. All right, so now I'm going to taper the piece we're going to use to press that pipe so it's a little bit bigger round. What do you think?
Hammer that again.
All right, so this should slide over this really nice now. Oh, look at that. Perfect. I'm going to tack them together to hold everything in place. So now we're going to trim this piece here. This is the one we put on the press and opened up. So I basically just need to cut back both sides here. Not even that much. Just putting it on this piece of pipe here just to hold things in place while I grind on it. Wow. Wow, not bad. It's almost perfect. So what I'll do is I'll just hold this in place, mark a line around there, and cut that hole out, and we should be good. Probably see a little bit of a gap here in these pipes. It's not a big deal because it's minimal right here, and that'll get closed up when we weld it. So it's looking pretty good. All right, so what I did here is I put a really small cutting wheel on this grinder so I can get around these tight angles. Helps if you plug it in. All right, man, that looks pretty dang good. I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit with this little grinder here, but check out that fitment. It's dialed, man. It looks really good. All right, everybody, we are back in the Moto Pilot garage. That was an all-day deal. I had no idea it would take that long. But we got it done. It's looking good. Got the connector pipe ready to go. Let's mount it on the bike, see how she looks. Okay guys, so seeing it now, I did fabricate all this at the shop without the bike being there. And it's obviously pretty long. I mean, it's coming up to the end of the back tire. So what we can do for that is I can just shave this down right here, shorten this up. And I also not sure that I like that these are lined up like this. I might want it staggered to where this one's a little bit further down, this one here. So all I'd have to do is shorten this pipe here. So we'll kind of get that one here and one here look. So I think the first thing I want to do is I want to shorten this up probably a good, I don't know, I'm thinking at least, I can't go any shorter than 4 inches because then I start getting into the bend. Let's start there and put this back on and see how she looks. Obviously you can see that's much shorter. Let's slide on the mufflers and see what we got. So yeah, still, I mean, obviously it's much shorter now. It's nowhere near the back tire. Might have to leave this one the length it is so I can stagger this one here, and to stagger this one, I'm gonna have to cut it back to about here. So that's gonna give us a little bit of a stagger. I don't know, guys, what do you think? You like it straight like this, or you want to see more of a stagger? I can kind of go either way. I think a stagger might look more aggressive. Problem is, as soon as I cut it, it's a done deal. Can't go back from there. I think I'm going to go ahead and stagger it, just give it a little more character. Right now, it's just kind of too uniform. I'm more like a slash cut. So let's shorten this pipe here, see what we got. You know what, everybody? I changed my mind. I've been sitting here just staring at this, and I really don't have a solid opinion on how I want to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it out to you guys. You tell me, should I leave it the way it is, or should I do more of a slash cut where this muffler here is, you know, shortened up down to here. But check this out, dude. Oh, look how throaty that is. I love this exhaust. Looks so cool from the back. I mean, that is definitely a unique, one-of-a-kind setup. And I'll be honest with you guys, I've never done this kind of exhaust work. So I was really wary if I could even pull it off. And we got it there, man. It's a little bit different than what you've been seeing in the drawings, but you know, with the pipes that I had and with my capabilities, that's as good as it's gonna get. But this header system is wicked cool. Very cool. So I'm sure you've all been waiting for the big moment. Start it, let's hear it. Before I can do that, I've been having problems with my batteries being charged. Everything's been sitting so long because of that COVID delay. So I'm charging the USA now. This battery here that I got for the bike was down about 12 volts, which may be okay to start it. I'd have to check it here. Here it is right here. This thing weighs absolutely nothing. Look at this. There's no weight to that battery at all. Then I also need to get underneath the gas tank, re-hook up all the fuel lines, the fuel pump, put a little bit of gas in the bike. I'm a little bit wary. This bike hasn't been started in probably 6 months. So I'm gonna fade to black right now. Take care of that. When we come back, I'll have either good news or bad news. Okay, let's see what we get when we turn on the key. Okay, so you just heard the fuel pump boot up. Got the switch on, got all of our lights all up in here. Press the start switch. Ooh, that's not good. All right, so this is part of the VFRNess that we put on many months ago. There's a fuse right here. Let's check this fuse. Yep. Fuse is burnt, so yeah, so something's causing this fuse to blow. Not sure what it is right now, so dang it, I'm not gonna be able to start the bike tonight. All right, guys, I guess that's it for this episode. I really wanted to hear this bike. I'm sure you guys did too. And now I got an electrical issue I gotta deal with, so if you got any ideas what might be causing that fuse to blow, go ahead and throw them at me. Don't forget, if you want to qualify to be the owner of the bike, go to the Patreon. Sign up, as little as $1 per video, you can qualify to win. See you guys in episode 23.